Alrighty, we're back. It's Tuesday. Let's do some farming. We're starting to get some chilly weather, so I got one of my wool shirts on. And a winter beard. It's always good to have a winter beard in the winter. Okay, we're back in Aussie land. And I did a little bit, but not too much. I'm trying to think while I'm thinking. Oh, I know what I did. Okay, let me show you what I did. Get out of this truck here and throw on some wings. Some chicken wings. Mystic Gaming, hello, how are you? Hey, Bent, how are you? Hope you guys are doing well today. Let's see, if we go back to town, I'll show you what I did since I found some problems. If you remember my production, I chose the wrong production. I've got a special mod in here. It's called a community production mod. And got a runny nose today. I don't know why. You have a choice when you select your mods. You've got your regular ones right here if you're looking at factories. You got factories here. Okay. And so then you have, with this community mod, all right. I'm trying to find one in particular. It doesn't really matter. If we go, instead of factories, if we go over to selling points, here's all of these. That's a community multi-selling station. No, not that one. This one. Town production. It's called town production. And I thought you had to have these right here. There's a pizza parlor, waffles and donuts, and a restaurant. There's a ice cream parlor. All of these, and I selected these. These are the selling points. And so what happens with this mod is, I think I explained this before, but I can't remember. What happens with this mod is okay, let's take a regular mod, this one right here. With this one right here, this is a brewery. It makes beer. When it's done making beer, it throws them out, and you can grab them and take them to a sell point and sell them. So you get pallets of beer. With these mods, you don't. With these mods, you throw the juice bar or the waffles. You make the waffles, and it sells them for you, and you just get money. That's it. So I thought that you had to have the selling points down to do that. But I was wrong. You have to have the factories down, and that's what you're using. So if we go now to that mod we just looked at, let's see. Well, let's go to the pizza mod. You'll notice that down below where it says the stuff that you put into the thing, but all you get out is a stack of money. So this is, I had to replace all of this right here, so I did that. And then I also put a little bit of a road here behind, and I didn't get down here because I'm not quite sure what I'm going to put in here yet. But now I can actually put stuff in these things. I tried to put stuff in them, I couldn't. It wouldn't take stuff. So, and then I tried to figure out, well, what is it's supposed to take? And it wouldn't let me. So let's take a look. All right. What? I'm stuck. No. How do you get out of here? All right, let's look at the pizza one first. See, I didn't. The other ones I had in here, they didn't have the little wrenchy thing, so I didn't know what was going on. Let's see. I'm doing good, Mystic. Hope you're doing well. Lori's here. Hey, Lori. How you doing? Andy? How's it going, buddy? Bobby's here. Hey, Bobby. No Scorp today. That's weird. He's got the week off. He must be busy with family. Because I know he's not working. All right, let's take a look at production. Pizza. Anybody see the pizza? Juice bar. Pizzeria. Okay, depending on what kind of pizza you want to make, there's unrealistic. Run all. Quickly, 100%. There's a cheese pizza, which we don't have any cheese yet. Garlic bread. Bread, butter, and garlic. We don't have any butter. Goat cheese, don't have any goat cheese. Mozzarella sticks, no, don't have that. Sour cream, don't have that. Spicy pizza. We need olive oil, which we don't have any. Flour and tomatoes. So, anyway, that's going to tell us what we need to make. What's it take to make waffles? Let's go take a look. Waffles and donuts. Waffles and donuts. Wow, look at all this. Oh, my God. Strawberry waffles. Whoa, it takes a lot of stuff. Chili peppers. Oranges, eggs. We don't have any of this. So we're going to have to kind of wait on some of this stuff till we get a dairy going. But, hey, we can work on that. But now these are now functional, though. I think this one is going to be okay because it's just a flour mill. Right? Super greenhouse. Coffee. Commodity shed. Dry productions. Oh, we can make bread. We can make flour. Mixed sugar. Sugar beets and sun and sugar cane. Oh, mixed. There's sugar beets. Okay, so this is more than just a flour mill. All right, I might have to put a flour mill in then, but it looks like we can do wheat flour. Okay, we can do flour here. Rice flour. All right. So what? I guess we're down to doing a bunch of farming. Is what we're looking at right now. Don't think precision farming works on Nulla Creek. Probably not, but I haven't tried it. Bent, I've used precision farming in other games. I don't think I've used it yet in 25. But I did quite a bit of precision farming in, I can't remember, was it 19? All right, looks like we've got a bunch of stuff to pick up here, but we've got no way to do anything with it. Oh, man, the honey's really coming in. I'm glad to see this. Before, I had all these honeybees and it wasn't producing anything. All right. Let's see what we can make. I think, did I put in? I did. Okay, so Smirnoffs. We can make whiskey and beer and stuff like that, I think. There's the whiskey. We need barley and corn, which I think we have. The vodka, potatoes, sorghum, and sugar. We don't have any sugar yet. The sugar's just getting ready to be harvested, and then we can have some sugar. So vodka and whiskey and waffles. And where's the beer? Lions and tigers and bears, oh my. The beer. We just need barley for beer. All right. So we can start working on that. I moved I tried to move. I thought I did. Evidently I didn't. I'm trying to move this down here so it's a little lower and easier to see. So let's do that. Cheers, Andy. All right, let's do that and get it done. I did clean up this area here. This was a mess back over here as far as the grass, stuff like that. So let's just sell that. And we'll just buy it again. Tools. The big one. All right, let's see and get this kind of lined up. That looks okay. Let's do. I'm going to put it down low enough where we can read it. All right, we got barley. We got lots of barley, so let's go make some beer. We got dried corn, but so I must have used all our corn, so I'm going to have to harvest some more corn. Sorghum. We do have sorghum. And now we just need sugar. You know what? Let's wait before we do that. Potatoes are ready, and the sugar's ready. So let's get to work on that. And I don't think I have harvesters for those. So let's see what we've got. Let's go to the garage. Okay. Tractors we got. Harvesters. We've got grain harvesters. Okay, I don't. All right, so let's do that. Let's see. We need combine harvesters, forage harvesters, root crops, beet harvesters. Okay. There was an update on the Colossus stuff today. If you're using this mod, there was an update. I did get it. So let's see. Capacity. God, I don't think I need that big. I'm going to get it that big anyway because I might decide to do something like this on that really, really big field. If I do that, and I'll give it the big engine. I don't care about the wheels or the tires. Standard setup. Speed we do care about. Let's see if we can get standard. All right, looks like about just under 12 mph. Design, we're leaving standard. Beacon, I'm going to go with the old-fashioned kind. I don't care about the tinted windows at this point. The exhaust, black, of course. Main color, don't really care. Do I? Do I really care? Well, let's not make it so dark. Let's lighten it up a little bit. Barbados yellow. Really? Oh boy, that's bright. Yeah, okay, we'll do that. Design color, don't care. Interior color, don't care. Grid color. Grid color? Grid? What's a grid? Inner rim, outer rim. Nah, it's okay. All right, let's get that. Then we need a header. Okay, so beet. We need a beet and a potato. So let's look at the beet. Okay. Normally I use this, but it's only 12 meters. So I've been using the colossal one, the unrealistic one, just for hoots and giggles. So standard working width, working speed. I don't. Does it really go that damn fast? I don't think. It says working speed, but there's no way you're going to work that field at 95 miles an hour. So I don't. I think that's just how fast the damn thing goes, not how fast it. Not how fast it actually harvests, because the harvester is not done by the combine anyway. The speed of the harvesting is done by the header. Well, never mind. This is the header. Never mind. Pardon me. Getting ahead of myself. Let's make this one if it's potatoes. Was this one potatoes? Okay, this is sugar beet. Okay, so let's make this. Now the sugar beets are kind of a light tan color. So I'm just gonna make that's not tan. That's not tan. Let's see what this one is. And that's not really tan either, but it's closer to the tan than that other one. So let's leave it. We'll do that right there. Okay, and then we need a potato one. Potato planters, potato technology. Potato header. Unrealistic. Okay. Working width. 50. 95. Camouflage. Standard main color. We're going to make this one a brownish color for potatoes. Okay. Get that one. Alrighty, I think we're ready. Okay. Let's see what happens here. Need to get that picked up. Let's make sure the beacons work. Look at that. Sweet. All right, let's open her up here. So, what is today? Tuesday. It's Tuesday. Thanksgiving is in 2 days. We're stocking up. Carol's been doing shopping all this week. She went out and caught a few things that we missed. So we've got a couple of turkeys. We're only going to cook one for Thanksgiving. We'll keep the other one for Christmas. And a bunch of pies. She got a bunch of frozen pies, and then she just went to the store and got some fresh pumpkin pies and whipped cream. All right, who's working this? Matthew. Matthew's working today. Okay, this one's ready to do something with. Let's go take this, put it back. I got all that straw to pick up, by the way. We'll try to tackle that today. Yeah, it still gets It still gets hot in here with all these computers running, but I do have the window open, and so I can feel a cold draft, even though if I stand up, it's 80 degrees in here. But that's how it works. The window's behind me. It's about, this high. Well, I'm sitting down, but yeah, the window starts. It's only 2-3 feet off the ground, and it goes all the way to the ceiling, and it's about, I don't know, 6 foot wide. The window. It's a pretty good sized window, so when I crank it open, there's a lot of fresh air comes in, and cold air, and so even though it's kind of warm when I stand up, it's the air coming from the window is kind of chilly, and that's why I've got the heavy wool shirt on. I like to keep something underneath because I don't like something very warm, just all buttoned up, because when I get warm, I can't get away from it. I don't like pull-ons, like a pull-on sweater or anything like that, because when I get warm, I can't get it off. I can't, if I get warm with a shirt like this and I've got an undershirt on, I can just open it up and cool down. I actually handle the cold a lot better than I do the heat. When you try to handle the heat, there's only so many clothes you can take off, and you're still hot. At least, if it's cold, you just put more clothes on. Get near a fire, that kind of thing. Okay, I know I got in this door before. I can get in this door, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, just barely, but yeah. Okay, now this is what I did before. I brought the plow in here, and I just stopped it. Then the next time I logged into the game, this plow and tractor were all cockeyed halfway up the wall, that kind of thing. I don't know what causes that. I think it's the mod. Well, they're both mods. I think it's the plow that does it. So I find that if I drop the plow and just separate them, that helps. They don't necessarily move now. So let's grab the other one. We might need these actually, because that great big field needs working. But I'm just trying to get my equipment gathered up here. My search engine operates in my home office between the servers and my PC. It's a nice 85 degrees, even though my air is set to 70. Yeah, it's mine gets a little warm. I've got two big computers on either side of me, a 55-inch monitor above me, 27 and a 32, another 27 over here. I've got my laptop running behind me. It gets pretty warm in here. Where's the farm? Which field is this? There's the farm. Yeah, I don't know why I'm putting these away. I'm going to need them. These two fields are going to need plowing, and that great big one over there does too. I should just line them up here. This one's going to be needed right here, so let's park it there. All right, that one's empty, and that one has a little bit in it. Huh, just a tiny little bit. Is that my farm ahead of us? Where in the heck am I? Wow, I'm just in the middle of this field. That's not it. I think that's it, because those are my silos. Let's head that way. Whoa! Yeah, the case tractors are nice. We use more case in on the West Coast than we use John Deere's. Whoa. Took a little beating there. Oh, I should move that tree. I'm always hitting that tree, that little one. All right, this got a little bit of barley still in it, so we'll drop that off here. I'm just going to set this down out of the way here. Because I want to get my corn header, get it on that trailer. All right. This guy's just ready to go back, I think. And Bobby's in South Carolina. Well, where I live, we had a lot of internationals. Back when it was just international harvester. We had a lot of those, and we had a lot of orchards. And the orchards, we tended to have the Massey Fergusons. Massey Fergusons had a very nice small platform tractors that could be used in orchards very easily. We used a lot of Massey Fergusons in the orchards because you could drive down through the trees and not get knocked off your tractor. They just made a nice little tractor. Whoa! Oh! What's that? Any accident you can survive? Any landing? That looked like an airplane coming in crooked. Any landing? I don't know what to do with this. I'm just going to pull it in out of the way for now until I can rehook it up and think around with it. Okay. Now, I need to get that, let's get this barley in because I need to get this stuff started. Pick it up, this straw. I don't know what to do with the straw. I don't have any animals yet. Speaking of animals, though, we're going to be working on that in the future. So I've started setting up a farm for animals. I'll show you in a minute. 10 out of 10. I like it. It says it's going to rain. I can tell by looking out the window. It's friggin' wet. Remember in the old days when the fields were just painted dirt? There were no ridges for you to drive over. All right, while that's doing that, we'll get this guy. Safety. Now where's the tongue? Tongue's on that end. Okay. I don't know why I don't. I keep getting that. I've got this combine. Which one's the red one? I don't. Hey, good guess. I sneak through here. That's almost as good as ramming speed. Did it set that? Wow, I must have dropped it perfectly or something. It didn't even set that. Huh. Whoa, whoa, get back here. Okay. Is this... I didn't know this thing was one of them squirrely ones. I thought this was a solid bar on the back here. I can lock it if I want to. I just didn't. Let's just pull this thing in here. Tearing up my freshly plowed field here. I have a mod that fixes that. It locks it, and then you can unlock it too. So, all right. So this thing's ready to go to work. Let's get, what's he doing? Did I already plant this? No. Was I gonna plant it sunflowers? I think I was. Huh. All right. Hey, Hamish. Hamish is working today. Yeah, I got this fixed. Look at all the chili peppers I got. That's a lot of chili peppers. I need the money though. Yeah, I cleared the chili peppers and then I changed it to garlic, I think. And then what is it? What's that? Is that garlic there? What is that? It must be. And then we got Napa cabbage there. We got mushrooms. And then I think this is the coffee one. Coffee beans, right. Okay. So this one, Napa, garlic, and I need to set this one. What is that? That's garlic. What is this? This garlic too? What do I need all this garlic for? Holy smokers. Okay, let's change this one to onions. What did I just miss? Oh, and Andy's doing the rude man way. I must be flying again. I can't move. I'm stuck. All right, we're gonna do some chives. I didn't know I could do chives. Spring onions. I can't remember which one I need. I don't think it's chives. I need some tomatoes. Let's do tomatoes. Okay, we need to change the productivity to 300. 300. And we need water, manure, and seeds, and activate. Okay. I can't get out. There we go. All right, so, and then let's change this one while we're at it. Let me in. Okay. Spring onions. We're going to do some spring onions. We're storing water. Sweet. Okay. And then activate that. Oh, you know what? Is there anything else that's activated? What did we do before? Oh. It looks like we're out of water. Garlic. Water. We did garlic before, so I want to make sure that is this deactivate? Yeah, let's deactivate this. And then activate whatever it was, those. Okay. Inactive. Onions, activate. All right. And then what did I do? I don't want it doing both. What did I do over here? Did I already have something running that I need to deactivate? Come on, let me in. Let me in. I think my butt's too big. Won't let me in. Peppers is deactivated. Okay. And then garlic, deactivate. And then tomatoes, Activate. Okay, there we go. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Sweet. I don't know if I had to do that or not, but I can't imagine if it's running two, which one would it do? If I told it to run two of them, which one would it do? I don't know. So where's my water tank? We're going to refresh the water here. Guess that doesn't need any water. No spare capacity for water. Which one needed water? Oh, is this one? Oh, these take the water from the front. Okay, okay, okay. There we go. Did it? That one full? Yeah, that one's full. We may need some manure in here pretty quick, but... Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Go back. That's taking water too. All right, good, good, good. All right, now, what's next? Oh, I was going to share with you some future plans that I'm looking at. So let's get up in the air where we can see the fields. Now, if you look straight ahead, that's my farm, straight ahead. On the leftish, but those are my fields, and then the big field in the back. Okay, now if you look that way, right below here, right there, not the round ones, these right here, those. There's 5 fields there. I'm looking at purchasing those at some point, and turning those into animal farms. So these they're not too expensive. This is 20 acres at $28 an acre, so that's not too bad. A couple $100,000. We got this one. I put the shed in. It's on a river. There was a house setting right there. but this isn't going to be a farmhouse. This is just going to be animals, just animals. So right now I'm gonna leave the bins there for now. They don't hold very much. I'm gonna go in and see if I can mod those. Hopefully I can mod those. There's not much I'm going to need. Mixed rations, maybe some grass and silage, that kind of thing. I'm not gonna need much. There's a barn for some equipment. And then I will turn one or two of these into grass fields. But if you notice, I dropped a chicken farm down there. Now this is a big chicken farm. It holds 360 chickens. But there's room in here to add more. I could add another farm here and another farm there. We'd have all kind of chickens. Then what I was thinking is I took the house out. Maybe another barn if I need it. I'm not sure what I'm going to put in here, but I'm going to clear this out and put some kind of a cow farm, maybe a dairy. I need a dairy, so I'll put a dairy in here. I'm going to have some open range. These are going to be grass fields, some of them, or anything else that I might need. If there's horses over here, I might need some oats. So, but there's plenty of fields here that we can use for that. And there's a lot of room here. So I thought, I might have grazing cattle, just thousands of grazing cattle out here. Maybe some buffalo. So, this might be a buffalo farm right here. Ranging buffalo and ranging Angus. A grass field. Maybe 2 grass fields. I don't know. I might do the ends of grass. This one be grass, and then this one over here maybe be grass, or anything else I might need, alfalfa, that kind of thing. And then the 3 in the middle, there'd be buffalo, maybe some cows, open range cows for meat, maybe some goats, sheep, that kind of thing. So if there's a pen, I'm thinking that I would put, like if there's cattle here, I would put a cattle pen here, and then leave all of this just open grass area for the cattle to go in. And then the same over here, maybe this would be sheep. I'd put a sheep pen on this end, and then this would be all for sheep. Bison maybe right here. All of this for bison. Horses, I don't know. We'll think about that. I might be able to... this one's a pretty good sized one. I might cut this field in 2, put bison on one and horses on the other. But all this whole area here, I want to be animals. All animals. And then at some point we'll put in a slaughterhouse to sell the meat. A dairy maybe to do the dairy, the milk and the butter and stuff like that. We'll see what happens. That's all for the future. I can't afford to buy that right now. And disregard the amount of money in there, up there. That's going away. I put that in because I was putting buildings in and I didn't want to use my working money. I'm trying to build this up as a viable ranch that I'll have to buy one field at a time. So I wanted to have something here like the chickens and get the buildings in. I want to put the buildings in. And then I'll buy the buildings when I buy the fields, if you know what I mean. That's what that money's for. So in actuality, I don't have that money. Because what I've done is I don't own this property. I have to buy this property to put the buildings on. So, but once the buildings are set where I want them, then I will sell everything. I will sell the property again so that I have to rebuy it when I earn the money. Laura, how you doing? Hey, John, how are you? Are you doing okay, John? Are you recouping? Thomas is in the house. Hey, Thomas. I'm missing all you guys. For those of you that haven't heard, John told me the other day that he'd been in an accident. Somebody hit his tractor and he's pretty banged up. Maybe some broken bones. But hopefully you're recouping. All right, what do I have to do? Oh, let's get this guy into the farm with his goods. Laura, I'm doing great. I hope you're doing well. Uh-oh. I gotta get that out of the way. Let's open this up. Whoops, wrong truck. Whoops, again, wrong truck. Where's my truck? There it is. I don't remember seeing Matt come in. Did Matt come in this morning? Did I say something? My days run into each other. I got days going this way and that way. My days cross paths and say hi. Wow, did that empty that fast? Probably wasn't that much. Now, I'm not sure. I think I can fit in here. All right, we're going to come in here and store these headers. Whoops, I hit the wall. Man, this thing really flies. Holy smokes. John got a new tractor, but it's not a deer. Were you on a deer? I think he told me he was on a deer.
Oh yeah.
Hey Rob, cheers. Evidently his deer couldn't outrun whatever hit him. So evidently something does run as fast as a deer. Maybe a cheetah. A cheetah! All right, so we got beets done. Let's get started over here on the taters, so we can make some vodka. I can't remember what took potatoes. Maybe it was whiskey. Well, Scorpion's not here, but he's working the fields. Open cab. Oh boy. Oh boy. Sounds dangerous. All right, we got some straw to pick up, so let's take a look at this big monster here. Gonna drop the pickup, turn it on, and then run like a deer. See how fast this thing can really pick up the straw. This looks like it's maybe skipping it. I thought I saw it skip a clump. A clump. Maybe it picks it up after it goes by. No, it still looks like there's a little bit out there. So I was afraid of that. It says it'll pick it up at 95 miles an hour, but I couldn't imagine that it could do that. Of course, we don't need every little drop. I mean, what am I going to do with it anyway? I don't have any animals. Whoa, I hit a tree. See, that's what you use the trees for. Those are not trees, those are brakes. Whoa, look at this. There's no friggin' way it could pick that up. No way. They say this is unrealistic. I'm guessing that they're correct. Oh, I dropped the trailer. What happened? Holy smokes. I ran right out of the trailer. Have you ever done that? Run out of your shoes? I was going so fast my shoes are laid behind. I had an old Army Willys Jeep when I was a boy. It was a fixer-upper Jeep that I bought from somebody. But it was an old Willys Jeep, an old Army Jeep. And they were kind of nasty. But I was up in the hills just racing like a bat out of hell. Cheers, John. I was just racing in between oh, Matt says it's soup du jour time. Matt is here. I was racing between the sagebrushes, or over them, under them, round and through, up in the hills, and in the Yakima Valley. And all of a sudden, I lost power, and my Jeep just came to a stop. It took me 20 yards to slow down. I mean, but it just died. Just boom, I lost everything. And I thought, well, that's weird. I mean, the engine was running great. It didn't even sputter. What happened? And so I got out of the Jeep, and I flipped open the hood, and I looked. Couldn't see anything. Closed it back down, and that's when I looked behind me. About 50 yards down behind me was my battery sitting on the ground. Those old Willie Jeeps, on the passenger seat and the steering wheel, if you flip the passenger seat, you flipped it forward, the battery was underneath the Jeep. There was a place that it sat in, and that metal part just rusted clear out, and the battery just dropped out as I was pounding around. It was the weirdest thing. All right, what's going on here? Whoa. Okay, drop that. Turn it on. Let's see if we can catch up where we were. That's the only thing with growing my winter beard is I don't shave anything. I don't normally I prune the hair out of my nose. But when I grow a winter beard like this, I let everything grow. I let it grow up in here and under my chin. I don't shave anything. And I let my mustache grow, and it starts growing in my mouth, and I have to, get out so I can eat. I had a buddy that had one of those big bushy ones that went down, and his beard came down to here, and his hair was down on his shoulders. He was a logger, a lumberjack, but his mustache was one of these old ones you see in the old westerns that just drooped down, and you couldn't see his mouth at all. It was like this, with beard all out there. You couldn't see his mouth, and we'd go out to dinner, him and his wife and my wife and me, and he would have to lift up his mustache and put the food in, because otherwise the mustache was down like that, just drooped. He had to kind of lift it up like this to eat. It was the funniest thing to watch. Well, mine's not quite that bad, but it's starting to get that way. But the reason I started talking about it was I've got a couple whiskers that are growing up into my nose, and they're tickling the hair in my nose. So you see me doing this all the time. It's like, God, I got to get in there and trim those. When you start getting old, you start getting hair everywhere. Get hair growing up your nose, hair sprouting out your ears. Your eyebrows start getting real bushy and start going crazy. Go watch some of these old English movies, and you'll see these old English guys with eyebrows that just look like they're alive. Like caterpillars crawling across their forehead. And I always wondered, why don't you trim those? Trim those eyebrows. Okay, well, it's Taco Tuesdays, so guess what we're having for soup du jour? And if you suggest Mountain Dew, you're probably right. Unfortunately, Taco Bell, they don't have a lot of diet sodas, and so I have a hard time because I don't need the sugar. Sometimes I can't have the sugar. About the only diet pop they have is a diet. They do have a Dr. Not a Dr. Pepper. They got a Mountain Dew. Diet Mountain Dew. That's it. Mountain Dew Zero. So that's what I'm stuck with today. Let me go see if I can get it out of the fridge. Alrighty, it's a big one. It takes me all day to drink. What am I? Takes me all day to drink these things. You probably heard me say before, I'm not real big on fountain drinks. I don't care much for fountain drinks. Sometimes they're good, and sometimes they're just watered down because the what do they call it? Syrup. The syrup gets where it gets thin or non-existent, and all you're getting is carbonated water. And so it at some point, like I got one of these last week, and it tasted awful. Even the kids wouldn't drink it because they ran out of the stuff that makes it Mountain Dew, and it was just carbonated water with a little bit of syrup in it, a little tiny bit of syrup, and it didn't taste good at all. This one tastes really good, so they must have just changed it. Anyway, that's what we're doing today. Did the cat go away? There's the cat. Hi, kitty. Loves his Mountain Dew, tell you what. There you go, guys. Soup du jour, Mountain Dew. The good old Mountain Dew. Oh, man, that's cold. Cold. It's so refreshing. Let's see if we can get this stuff picked up lickety-split. Get on with other farming. Rob, what are you drinking today? I don't know if I'm getting both of these or not. Kind of, I guess. Huh. Looks like I missed this one. Might have to go back. I thought this thing was wide enough to pick up both, but it's not really. All right, now we gotta start heading this way. Let's go play catch up. How's it going today, Matt? Yeah, see, if I go really full speed, it misses these little clumps, but really that's nothing though. I mean, that's not even enough to even amount to a 0% or 1%. That's no percent. Okay, hang on. Okay, it does. I was trying to see if all 6 wheels are turning, and they are. The thing you can set is crab steering. There it is. There's mode action. They've got steering mode, all wheel, front wheel, crab left, crab right. We'll just leave it on steering mode all. And the crab means that if you're driving straight, your vehicle's driving straight. If you turn left, it goes left. If you turn right, it goes right. But it's always going forward. In the crab steering, if you were crabbing right, your tractor stays facing forward, but it starts going to the right. Kind of hard to explain, but you do a lot of crab flying. When you're flying, if you're coming into an airport and the wind is strong, you'll come in sideways, kind of crabbing. There's a lot of straw out here. Jeremy, how you doing? So, anybody got stories for Thanksgiving? Are you getting ready? Anybody started yet? We've had the turkey in the fridge for about a week now, getting it thawed out. We've always waited too late. And Carol was swimming with some of the old gals that are really, really good cooks, friends of hers. And she said, when do you start thawing the turkey? And they said, you better get it going. And this was last week. They said, right now. Yeah, it takes a long time to defrost those things. If you're not, so we've had to then in the past we've waited too long, and we've had to get a bucket of hot water and put the turkey in it to get it thawed. And that's not necessary. Just take it out of the freezer and put it in the fridge about a week or so before Thanksgiving, and you should be okay. Rob said he's working on his grandpa's old Chevy truck. We were putting in a new shifting cable. Cool. I bet that's fun working with Grandpa. The best I can do is get Jeff to play games with me. Of course, I'm not his grandpa. I'm his dad. We've been playing games ever since he was little. So I told you that Carol was out shopping today. We go through a gallon of milk a day almost, so we're always buying milk. So we ran out of milk last night, and so she had to go. And I said, "Did you get any pumpkin pies?" And she said, "No, I bought a bunch of pies, but I didn't get a pumpkin one." And I said, "Well, what'd you get?" And she got like a lemon meringue pie. She got, those kind of things, chocolate pie, some other kind of pie. And I said, "Well, what am I going to eat? I don't eat any of those. I just want a pumpkin pie." So she said, "Okay, well, I got to go pick up some milk. I'll pick up a pumpkin pie then." And I said, "Don't forget the whipped cream. Don't forget the whipped cream." I get to the point where I actually prefer Cool Whip over whipped cream. The whipped cream is good if you're talking about, fresh off the cow. But I'm talking about this stuff they shake up in a thing and poop it on your pie. I've got to the point where I prefer the Cool Whip better than that. Because Carol used to get that kind of stuff. We got enough stuff to do just cooking the dinner that we can't mess with things like whipped cream. And Carol has done almost all the cooking for all these years. We've been married going on 47 years. And nobody's offered to help her until the last couple of years. Last year, Jeff and I jumped in, and we're doing quite a bit of it so that she didn't have to. She's getting where she can't do the heavy work. She's 75. I'm getting where I have trouble with some of the heavier work. And so Jeff, he's 6'3" and 280 pounds. He's big enough. He can muscle a big turkey in an oven. So he's in charge of the turkey this year. I'm doing the mashed potatoes. Addie's going to do deviled eggs and some of the the kids like. Is it called a salad? I don't know what you'd call it. It's got it's got strawberries, whipped cream, Jell-O kind of a thing that she makes. It's really good. I don't know what you would call it though. And it's kind of like a fruit salad in a way, but she uses Cool Whip and fresh strawberries and Jell-O, like a strawberry Jell-O or different kind of Jell-O, cherry Jell-O, I don't know, some kind of Jell-O. Anyway, that she's going to do that. We've got somebody's going to do. It's kind of like an au gratin potatoes, and they're called Patty's potatoes because that's whose recipe it was, I guess. Somebody found a recipe for these, 15 years ago. We've been making it every Christmas and every Thanksgiving. It's just called Patty's potatoes. Now, Carol's sister's name was Patty, so we just pretended that it was hers. It wasn't. It was somebody else's recipe, somebody else named Patty. So somebody's going to make those. I don't know. They're a real cheesy potato, but it's kind of like an au gratin potato. Very cheesy. Everybody seems to like it. Carol likes to make broccoli and cheese and broccoli. She takes cheese. Cheese. What am I saying? She takes cheese. She takes broccoli and cauliflower, and then lots of cheese, and makes some kind of a, I don't know. She bakes it or steams it or something. But it's pretty good if you like broccoli. Then we have, like cranberries and stuffing. My kids would never eat real homemade stuffing. They just got used to, over the years, what do they call that stuffing that's instant? Dang it, I can't think of the name. Everybody knows it, though. Rob says it is a good time. Glad to hear it. A Jello salad? Is that what you guys call it? Yeah, basically that's what it is. It's just that it's got some fruit in it, and they're not necessarily vegetables, unless you consider whipped cream and that vegetable. Jello can be anything. All right, we need to get the plows out here, so let's do that. But before we do, let me check. That needs plowing. They both need plowing. Okay, that's good, because I was going to plow it anyway. All right, let's get this thing going. And off the field. A Jello salad, yeah, that's what I would call it. And it seems to go pretty fast. That's one of the things that gets eaten pretty fast. Oh, and of course, Carol has to have yams. So we call them sweet potatoes, but other people call them yams. And she makes those with brown sugar, so they're kind of sweet too. You get a lot of sweet stuff at Thanksgiving, that's okay. Come on, lizard, get this thing emptied. What do we got going over here? Straw. We got over 1 million. Sugar beets, 351,000. We got to get those made into sugar. I don't think I put a sugar plant in. I don't think I did. I need to do that. Now, there's a couple ways to do it. We don't need a lot of sugar, so I've got a small plant that I can use. Let's see. I got a big one and a small one. So what's that? That's whiskey. Fast food diner. A cafe. I don't think I put all those in. Placeable wood chipper. grain mill. Liquid lime. There's a flour mill. I didn't put that in. We already have the corn dryer in. We've already got the commodity shed with production. That's the coffee beans. There's the butcher shop, which I haven't put in yet. Post office. A bakery. Now these are funny because they're open sheds to do the baking. That's kind of weird. I didn't put the popcorn factory in yet. I need to do that, and the potato chip. I need to put those two in. I like those. Stonemason, a tailor shop, a spinnery, vegetable processing plant. I might want to put that in for sure. Quarry, sawmill, dairy, fish food, bakery, carpentry. What's that? Oh, that's for part of the DLC for the fishing. Sugar mill. Okay, see, I've got this little bitty sugar mill if I don't want to put the big one in. One of these, spinnery, bakery, dairy, tailor bakery. Man, a bunch of stuff. Tailor shop, debris. There's the sugar one. I can put that great big one in, but there's really no need in it. I don't need that much sugar. And property is becoming an issue. So I'm thinking, oh, a grape processor. Oh. Okay. Grain mill, dairy, preserved food, bakery. I might just put, where did it go? Where's that little rascal at? Sugar mill. I might want to put that in. It's very small, as you can see. Let's. All right. How do I get out of here? See, it's small enough I can sneak it in someplace, kind of tuck it in a corner somewhere. Because look, I'm getting full, and I haven't even put the potato chips and the, I still got more to put in. I could slip that in, maybe right in here where these trees are. Right? Maybe. Actually, it would go right there, wouldn't it? Yeah, I got to be careful here because that's where my TMR comes out right there. This needs to be open so I can back in the side of this here. So maybe I can drop it right here. Right here. Okay, let's see. Construction, sugar mill, turn around. And just pop it right in here. Let's see. Right here. Where's right, okay. Yeah, I can just pop it right here. There we go. Sugar mill. What else did we have in here? A spinnery. Oh, there you go, Matt. Stovetop stuffing. My kids over the years, because Carol and I were always working. We worked 5 and 6 days a week, and we didn't have a lot of time for that. So we did a lot of things like, there's no friggin' way that I'm gonna settle for instant potatoes. I'll take the time to peel and cook potatoes and mash them. There's no way we're doing any kind of instant potato. But the dressing was a little different. It takes a while to do real dressing, You have to prepare, and there's, work to it. We didn't ever have time for that. And so we started doing the stovetop stuffing. And the kids got to where that they had it every year. And if we then we went to somebody's place that they made a homemade dressing. Kids would not eat it. They said, "Oh my God, no! Where's the stovetop?" They didn't like it at all. At all. Well, there was something else I was going to drop in, but I don't see it now. I guess we'll just stick with the sugar. There's a grain mill, but we can already do that. Let's leave it at that right there. We'll just leave it at that. And then I'll clean this area up a little bit. Construction. We'll do some asphalt here. Let's just clean this up. I can't see. Nah. Let's just clean this up here. There we go. Let's just take this out right here. Because we're going to be driving down here. If we come down here, we might be coming in. So let's just kind of clean this up right here. And we want to get over here because this is where we get our TMR. So let's clean this up too. Beside this building here. Don't you wish you could clean your yard this easy? That'd be great. No more cleanup dog do. Just make it disappear. All right, let's clean this front part off here. Yeah, close enough government work. Okay, where are we at here? He's still dumping the straw. My God. Well, where's my okay, I got it. Let's see if we can fertilize this, if it'll take it. Who's working it? Hamish. You go, Hamish. And hey, Rob's working. You go, Rob. All right, let's see if that's doing this any good. It is. Okay, it is. It's showing 50% fertilizer. And then we'll get the other 50% when we getting snow. No, we don't get snow here on the coast, on the ocean. We don't get snow. Now, does that mean never? No, it doesn't mean never. Last year we didn't get any. The year before we got a little dusting of snow, maybe a quarter of an inch, and it was gone within the next day or two. So that's what we get. It'll start snowing, and You've seen a picture, haven't you? Here, I'll show you. Let's see if I still got that picture. Where did I have that? There. Okay, this is from my studio window, and you can see there's a little bit of snow on the ground. And then about 2 days later, it was all gone. Now this was a year before last. So last year we didn't get any at all. We'll get this right here maybe once or twice through the winter, and that's it. That's it. We don't get any snow. So it's still coming out. Wow, it's still got 700,000 left. Is that right? Yeah, I think it is. Holy smokes. That's going to take forever. All right, let's get the other plow ready, and then we need to start seeding. I don't know what to seed. This one just did sunflowers, right? Yeah, it did, and it's 100% fertilized. Okay, sweet. Sweet. Man, that railroad track it's about 3 feet off the ground. Terrible bump there. All right, this one's coming down to a close. You guys are getting snow? Remind me, Matt, where are you? What part of the country? So yesterday, what's today? Tuesday? Yeah. Had a doctor appointment yesterday, so that worked out well. I didn't have to miss a live stream. There will be no live stream on Thursday. It's Thanksgiving. I got a house full of family, so I won't be able to live stream on Thursday. And I'll think about it on Friday. If I get a chance, I might come in on Friday to make up for not being on Thursday. But it's a holiday week. I'm going to be busy, so I'm not entirely sure whether I'll be able to do that. We might just not have I'll be thinking about you guys when I'm eating all the food, though. I certainly will. Let's see if this will take fertilizer. It may or it may not. I'm not sure. Okay, right now there is 0 fertilizer on the ground. It's going to do it. Great. Great, great, great. I was worried that it wouldn't do it because it's already been plowed, but nope, things are looking good. What about this guy? Matthew's working. You go, Matt. I think, Rob, did you guys get any snow yet? I thought your mom said that you guys were getting some snow. Uh, there's a lot of videos that I watch throughout the year in other parts of the country and other countries, period. There's a guy I watch in the Alps of Italy. Well, is he in the Alps? He may not be in the Alps, but he lives up in the mountains in Italy, and he said that they're getting snow.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Scorp's here. Did I make it? You missed soup du jour. How can you ever survive? Anyway, I watched this guy, and he said that winter is early this year. We're in Italy. And then I watched some people that are in Portugal, and they said their winter is early. And then I was watching somebody on the East Coast, and they said that they're getting their winter weather early. There was a couple that I watch in. They're in Minnesota, but they're right up on the Canadian border. And they said that winter is early this year. So everybody I've seen is saying, "Wow, it caught us because it's early." Whether it's a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I'm not sure. They just said it's a little bit earlier than normal, which I'm wondering if that means it's going to be a harder winter or maybe a longer winter. Just in case, I went out and bought some more firewood this year. It's already stacked and everything. A Chinese buffet for a late lunch, and to Lowe's. Just got home. Yeah, I told everybody you had the week off. You were probably catching up on family matters, especially this close to Thanksgiving. We were talking about who's doing what for Thanksgiving. I didn't get much out of these guys. So I talked about what we were going to do. Matt says that they've got some snow already. And yeah, Rob said they got snow in Vermont a week or so ago. Or 2 or 3 weeks ago. But I don't think, did Matt ever say where he's from? Because he told me that they're getting snow. Uh-oh, I think I missed that. I didn't see it. A huge field, eh? How can you do that? It's such a small map. Where are you putting a huge field? Your grandfather paid $800 for a cord of logs for our outdoor wood burner. Really? Wow. I got about a half a cord for about less than $100. And it's 2-year-old, cured wood. John says in Dakota they're getting snow. Scorpion, did you see my my message about John? John's in today. He's getting better. He got pretty banged up. He was in an open cab John Deere and got hit. These are logs. Oh, I gotcha, Rob. I gotcha. Yeah, no, this is cut wood that I got. And it may not have been a half a cord. I think it might be either a third of a cord or a half a cord. It's a little bit more than a quarter of a cord. So it was closer to a half a cord. Combined all of them into one big field. I mean, every field out there, or just a group that you're talking about? Bring out your dad, said John. I'm getting better. Your wood burner burns logs. Wow, how big is it? Four inches of snow in Dakotas. In Dakotas. Well, Matt doesn't want to tell us where he lives. He must be afraid that we'll come and join him for Thanksgiving. So anyway, getting closer to Thanksgiving. I won't be live streaming on Thursday. We'll see about any time this week. I don't know. We're really busy. Right now we're just trying to prepare for all the cooking. And then after that we're going to have the leftovers. I'm going to be suffering from leftover everything. Turkey sandwiches. I like to make, if we make enough gravy, I like an open face sandwich for Thanksgiving, for turkey. You can make a turkey sandwich, there's no problem with that. But I kind of like, if there's gravy left over, I like an open faced one. So you take bread and put it on a plate, and put the turkey and stuff on there and cover it with gravy. Okay, I gotcha. So you cut it as you need it. Sweet. All right, this guy's done. Well, for those of you that live in other countries, and you may have holidays that we don't celebrate, and if you don't celebrate Thanksgiving like we do, that doesn't mean that you can't cook yourselves up a big feast and join us for Thanksgiving. Just go out and get yourself a big pile of food and think about us Americans having a big old feast. All right, that wasn't very many beets. I'm going to have to plant some more beets, I guess. Oh, that's not going to fit, is it? Bummer trails. All right, let's go put this away. Got rid of the trees already. How did you do it the way I did it, or did you use the machine? All right, I'm going to bring this over here. Just drop it. How close am I? Oh, that's too close. All right. There we go. It's all put away for the winter. Did that thing ever get empty? Holy smokes. It took forever to empty that thing. Wee-haw. Just doing the old delete, eh? Where did I leave off anyway? Right here? Must have been right here. All right, let's drop the pickup, turn it on. And off we go like a herd of turtles. I showed earlier, Scorp, what I'm doing for my animals. So, if you look at the 4,000 up there, I don't have that. I was gonna take that away, but I might as well wait till. Yeah, I might as well wait. It's almost time for me to go. So I'm just gonna leave it for now. But I don't have that money. That's not my money up there. That's money I put in because I'm working on a farm here. There's all gonna be animals. I think we talked about it last week. I think I'm gonna leave this one for grass, and that one for grass over here. And then the ones in the middle, I'm going to have a cattle range here, maybe a sheep range here, maybe this one's a little bit bigger field, so I'll probably put bison and maybe horses or something, or goats maybe. I think I'll switch and have half of this goats and half of it sheep, and then here some bison and some horses. And then each one will have their horse barn or their cattle feed lot, whatever, on the top of the field. And then this will be open range down here, kind of a thing. I don't know. I started by putting a shed in for some equipment if I have equipment. I took the house out and I put a chicken farm in. Now the chicken one, this one holds 360 chickens, but I left room on each side in case I want to add more chickens. Is there anything besides chickens? We don't have turkeys or anything, right? I might have to look for mods, see if there's other kind of animals. I know there's ducks and stuff like that, but we'll see. Anyway, I left these bins in here. I don't entirely know if I'm going to keep them. I put this thing in. There wasn't one of these augers in here, and so that's why I have that money. It's because I'm putting stuff in. I'm working the land, and then as soon as I have all the buildings and stuff in, then I'm gonna delete the money, and I'm gonna sell the property. As I mentioned before, I can't do anything to this property if I don't own it, so I had to buy the property. I'm going to build the buildings and all that kind of stuff, not put any animals in, just build the buildings, get the storage settled. I might have to go in and mod these because they don't hold very much. And then as soon as I got everything set up, then I will sell all the property, and I'll buy it back as I earn the money to buy it back, field by field. So anyway, that's that. Okay, sounds good. Which fields are you putting together? Because this one right here was just all one field. I'm thinking about putting these like 50, 51, 52, 54, and 53 together into one. And then I don't know what the hell. What is all this right here? That could be one field. This could be another, or you could do this all in one big ass field. Sorry. $118, $19, $20, and $21. Where are they at? Over here. Here we go. Okay, 121, 20, 19, and 18. That's a pretty good size. That's a little bit bigger than this one, isn't it? It appears to be a little bit bigger than this one. But I'm going to have to look at this country. This looked like pretty rugged country up here. We'll see. I don't know what to do. I got plenty of property right now to keep me busy. can't sell it with the buildings on it. Oh, great. Great. Oh well, we'll do what we have to do. I'll just kill off one of my relatives and inherit a bunch of money. That'll work. I'm going to make chaff on this one. I'm going to do corn next on this one and chaff it all out. I wish they had those circle, I can't remember what they call them, sprinkler systems. God, what do they call those? I can't remember. Anyway, I wish they had them working in this game. They came up with those stupid hose things. What the hell was that? The water system that was a hose thing that you had to haul out. That was a pain in the ass. I only used it one time and I never used it. I bought one and laid it out and then never used it. It seemed the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Yeah, Uncle Buck. It's about time he passed anyway. Pivots, that's what I was thinking of. They have pivots on Giant site. Do they actually work though? I want to see them. I want to see them going around. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? That was the saddest thing I heard a couple of years ago when we were farming out here on the game. And there was an article or something I saw. Somebody said so or something, I can't remember. Anyway, some poor farmer's out there and his pivot was not working. And he went out to work on it and got electrocuted and killed himself. That's the problem with working with electricity when there's water nearby. You say on Giant side, I'll go take a look at them. Even if they don't work, it might be kind of nice to put them on those circular fields. Cheery? Not really. Poor guy. I felt pretty bad. I mean, you know, farming's tough enough. You get killed by your water system. Whip it. Whip it good. Do, 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 do. Go, man. Let's see if I can get this done. I wanted to get this done. If it was the last thing I ever did. Yeah, so doctor yesterday, we went to the doctor. And I don't have to go back again till, oh shoot. Uh-oh. Did it go away? Ah! I'm heading for the water. I thought I had to sneeze. Let's see, what is it? November, December, January, February. Yeah, I don't have to go back until March and then June, I think. So, and everything's looking okay, I guess. I ain't dead yet. I got my flu shot yesterday. I didn't want to do it, but it's already there. It was already there in the office. I was already in the office. Carol was getting hers. Okay, I'll get the flu shot. So I got my flu shot for the year. I don't have to go anywhere special to get it, which is the reason I got it. If I got talked into doing it, that means another doctor appointment, or having to go into Costco and let a pharmacist do it. And I figured that the doctor's office was a better place. And this little gal came out, and guess what? It was some gal like in her early 20s to do the flu shot, and her name was Alexa. And so, of course, you know, I had to make a couple jokes about Alexa. And I told her about my live streams, and that you guys think my wife's name's Alexa because I'm always talking to Alexa. And anyway, she was good. She was good. She took my arm and kind of, you know, like you did like this. She did like that to my arm, and then did the shot. I didn't even feel it. And she said, "Okay, are you okay?" And I said, "Yeah. What, aren't you gonna give me my shot?" She says, "Already did." And I said, "Really?" I didn't even feel it. It was great. And then she did the same thing to Carol. And I said, "I've never had anybody do that before. Usually they just roll your sleeve up and jab you." And she says, "Yeah, I learned that in school. They said if you do that, whether it does anything or not, in your mind, you're dealing with that. When you get the shot, you don't feel it. So it's either something psychological or it actually does something. Maybe it loosens up the skin or something. I don't know. But yeah, I didn't feel it at all. Usually you feel a jab, you know. I didn't feel nothing. It was great. Now, it got a little sore afterwards, you know, as they do. You know, you get a shot like that, it'll get a little bit of heat coming from it. I had a little bit of ache in it last night, but other than that, it wasn't too bad. What are we doing here? It'll take about an hour for this to get undone, so I think I'm done for the day. Wow, look at all the straw I got. It's looking at 6 million. Alrighty, guys. It's time for me to go. Andy said he refused his. Yeah, I tried to. They wouldn't let me. All right. Carol bugged me until I did it. All you guys in the U.S. have a very, very, very special Thanksgiving. I hope you get all the food you want. And we got some spiced cider to go with it. That's gonna be good. Anyway, if you don't live in America, that doesn't mean you can't join us in a big feast on Thursday. Just fix yourself up a big TV dinner or something, and join the feast with us. And it's basically it's just giving thanks for for the year, once a year. I do it every day. I give thanks to our Lord and Savior every morning and every night. Every morning I get up. Well, I'm here again today. Thank you, Lord. At night before I go to bed, I said, well, I made it to the end of the day. Thank you again, Lord. I hope to see you tomorrow. So Thanksgiving is the same thing. It's thanking us for making it through another year. All right, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving, and I'll see you next time. Ta-ta for now.